Hi everybody, Jonathan Reeves here with another video. Now today we're going to be looking at my 1 month of living with my new MacBook M1 Pro, and basically it's been a really interesting experience. As you know, I'm an architect, but I do lots of other things like make YouTube videos, 3D visualization, and I'm also finishing off my book, which is now completed. I'll talk about this more later in the video. So this month basically has been a super busy month. I've probably done more varied projects this month than ever before. And my whole experience of using the new MacBook has been, I'm going to say, pretty amazing. I'll talk about some of the applications I use as an architect and a designer in a bit more detail. And yeah, I hope you enjoy the video, and it's certainly going to be fun to sort of show you what I've been up to over the last month. So thanks for watching. And if you've yet to subscribe to the channel, please go for it. We're nearly about to hit 10,000 subs, and we're going to be having a big giveaway with lots of goodies for those people who are subscribers. So I look forward to seeing you join soon. Thanks for watching. Okay, so the first program that I'm going to just run through with you guys is my absolute favourite program that I've ever used, is Vectorworks. As you know, I do a lot of Vectorworks videos on the channel. I'm a fan. I've been using it my whole career, and the reason for that is it just does everything I've ever needed it to do. It's a real all-in-one design software for 2D, 3D, BIM, rendering, and you can do a whole lot more than that as well. So let's just jump in with a couple of projects where we do some Vectorworks sort of testing and see how that goes, and then we'll follow that on with a bit of Twinmotion, and we'll look at some other things that I've been up to this month too. Okay, so let's get started with the test of Vectorworks running natively on my new MacBook M1 Pro. Here you can see a project that I've been working on for a while. It's for a new eco home, and I just managed to get planning permission for this project, which I'm very chuffed about. But more importantly, you can see it's running pretty fast on the M1 Pro so far. So what I'm going to do is basically just kind of pop in and turn the other layers on. So you can see it's a 3-layered model, ground floor, first floor and a roof layer. And basically so far you can see when I'm spinning around the model, there's a very high frame rate and it feels really good. So now we're just sort of testing with the lighting, the heliodons on and off, to see how that feels as well. Let's have a quick look at the ambient occlusion. Ambient occlusion is a nice little setting that gives a bit more depth to the sort of shadows and things like the corners. Normally with ambient occlusion that will slow things down quite a bit, so you wouldn't tend to model with that on, but it does look good in the visuals. But with the new Mac M1 Pro, it looks like I'll be able to kind of model with that on no problem. Okay, so the next test I want to do is cutting a section with the clip cube. And my first impression of this is you can see it's really, really smooth. Let's go ahead and just right click and cut this section onto a sheet. Let's call that 01 sections. And we'll just kind of click OK and see how long it takes to process. So sections on a relatively sort of complex model like this can take a few seconds, but that was quick. Wow. That seemed really fast. Now they can take quite a bit of time because these are done in hidden line, as you can see. So I'm just going to blow this section up. I'm also going to go into the advanced properties and turn on the detail that's within the model. And finally, I'm just going to do one more little setting. I'm just going to kind of pop it over there. Let's just pop it into perspective mode, and we'll click update and watch how fast this is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, about 10 seconds. That's very, very respectable. So no problem at all with the speed there. Now, when I was working on this on my old MacBook, you know, I can definitely tell you it was way slower than this. I haven't done any quantitative testing, but we will be doing that in a minute with some rendering testing on another project. Okay, so we're going to do a bit of testing on the new Mac M1 Pro on another project on Vectorworks and see how this performs. So this is a project that I did a little while ago for a nice little kind of extension for a kitchen, contemporary kitchen extension. And you can see I've got a little project file with a few different sort of types of views. Okay, now this was actually done on my old MacBook Pro. Okay, but what I've actually got here, you'll see these were the old elevations here, looking really nice, just OpenGL renders. What I've done here is made a nice little comparison for you. So what I've done here is a whole bunch of different tests. You can see I did 72 DPI on the old MacBook, OpenGL 3 seconds, 3 seconds, and so on. So you can really kind of see the benchmarking coming across. and compare the two. Now I did it on 72 and everything was pretty fast, like literally it was all 3 or 4 seconds. So if I go onto the 300 dpi sheet, you get a bit more of an accurate comparison. So for example, if I look here, final quality renderworks, or custom renderworks, sorry, 3 minutes 19, and then on the new one, 51 seconds, so you know, 3.5 times quicker. For example, this one here, 3 minutes on final quality renderworks, 54 seconds. So as I've said before, 27 seconds for this hidden line on the new MacBook, 1 minute there. So, you know, some processes like hidden line are maybe twice as fast, 2 and a bit times quicker. Final quality rendering seems to be at least 3.5 times faster, which in my view is quite a big deal. And it makes a big difference. So this is a really handy file, and maybe it's something that I'll share with you if appropriate, and you can do some testing of your own. But I do hope you enjoyed that initial sort of testing video and just seeing how Vectorworks performs. But I can tell you that I've been sort of starting to kind of use it now on a few more projects. What's really impressive is just the snappiness. It just feels very responsive. You know, every time you sort of turn the layer on and off, it's just right there. Things like the spinning around, super fast. I don't know whether I've got any save views. Yes, I have got a few save views in here. Just see how I can sort of jump to those save views. Super quick. Just jump to those. Really nice. Let's go back to that one. It's a section as well with the clip cube, so that works really well. So my view is the new M1 Mac Pro processing has made my Vectorworks much faster than my previous laptop, and that was with an eGPU. So to be honest, those other render tests was with a Vega 64 eGPU plugged in. So very interesting in that it's way faster than that. You can drive around in good frame rates, nice and smoothly. So I hope you enjoyed those couple of Vectorworks videos. Just a reminder of how great the M1 Pro works with Vectorworks. I mean, Vectorworks is the first native CAD 3D BIM software on the market, which is an incredible thing. And absolutely flies, you know, compared to my old laptop, at least 3 times faster, and that was with a very powerful eGPU plugged in. So absolutely transformed my workflow in the last month or so. Now let's move on to the next thing we're going to have a look at is Twinmotion. And again, if you know my channel, you'll know that I'm a huge fan of Twinmotion. I absolutely love it. I've been using it since it's first come out on the Mac. And it is fantastic software, and it's developing very rapidly. In fact, I've just finished my book on it, but I'll talk about that later. So what we'll do, we'll run through some of the things that I did in a webinar that I did with Vectorworks. In fact, this month it's been a busy month. I've done 3 webinars, one with Vectorworks, one with Epic Games on Twinmotion, and also one with Enscape too, the real-time rendering softwares. Okay, so let's jump into this and take a look at how Twinmotion performs on the new M1 Pro laptop. And I just want to review the images before I render these out. So what I'm going to do is just pop these panels away and go virtually full screen. And we can see we've got a bunch of images here that I can review. So what I've done here is quite nice. I've set up a couple of day shots and night shots, which is really easy to do, as I've shown you. And you can also, just while we're previewing, just pop the preferences open and just go up into ultra quality. Now, you know, the frame rate may slow a little bit when we're in ultra, but as I say, for still images it really doesn't matter. It's only when you're moving around. Even then it's absolutely fine, to be honest. So here we go, we've got all our daytime images and a nighttime version for each one, just for fun, just to show you how flexible Twinmotion is. I really like that image, that's a lovely one. If I click G, by the way, the lights will disappear as well. Daytime river, and river nighttime as well. Look at that, absolutely gorgeous. All these lovely reflections, bit of life in the image, and the city in the background as well. Okay, so let's have a quick review of those rendered images. Now these look absolutely awesome. When Twinmotion does the final renders, it renders at beyond ultra quality, so they're always a nice pleasant surprise. They're better than the actual ultra quality previews. So I think the stills look great. Let's have a look at some video. So the real beauty of the new direct link is that we can now pop back to Vectorworks, do a little bit more modelling, make some design changes, which of course is something that always happens in the architectural process, then pop back to Twinmotion. have Twinmotion running on our main screen and Vectorworks on our other screen, and we can just be updating back and forward between the two, almost like they're one piece of software. So let's review one of the videos that we've produced. You can see here it is in 4K quality, only took a few minutes to render. We're able to change the lighting as we go through. We've got the animated people. When it gets dark, things like the lights come on and it looks absolutely stunning. So this is what Twinmotion is all about. It's absolutely gorgeous quality rendering for still images, particularly for animations, and the ability to just bring life to your rendering. It really does revolutionize your rendering. And that leads me on quite nicely to something that I just want to show you that I've been working on for quite some time. It's a very exciting project. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed that demonstration for my webinar on Vectorworks and mainly Twinmotion. And as you can see, Twinmotion runs very, very nicely on the M1 Pro. I really hope that some of the features that are making it into the new preview versions come to the Mac eventually, but we'll talk about that more in future videos as well. Okay, so on to the next thing. The most interesting project I've been working on for over a year now is this wonderful book that I've been writing, Revolutionise You Rendering with Twinmotion. Now it's finished, it's available on the store. I'm so proud, just got it up there this weekend. So I really hope you guys are up for snapping up a copy. It's a wonderful book to have as a PDF or an EPUB. I will be getting some prints done in the future, but snap those up. They look great. So let's have a quick review of the book in InDesign and show you some of the performance of the book within InDesign as well while we look at it. Now I've finished Revolutionise Your Rendering with Twinmotion, and really I just want to show you, here it is in InDesign. It's all been designed in InDesign. Here's the lovely front cover by the wonderful Anne Pham, who gets the credit for this amazing image. But basically you can see it's all assembled into a great big book. In fact, it's a big book, 300 pages. But what I'm really keen to show you is just sort of how zippy everything is in terms of InDesign. So you can see I can now scroll around and pan around with literally no delay at all. And this book has some pretty heavy graphics. So if I double click, you'll see it'll immediately open up the chapters that are relevant. I can kind of zoom in nice and rapidly. And here I am actually working with it on pretty much high quality display. So I'm in preview mode at the moment. If I do want to, I'll just pop into presentation mode and go full screen. You can see it's very, very nice to be able to preview. And then when I want to, I'll just click escape and just pop out there and get back into working mode. So in terms of actually sort of working on the book, it's been an absolute pleasure working on the new M1 Pro. It's been incredibly zippy. And I found that, you know, exporting the book, here I am in sort of draft mode, you can see. Let's just pop back into the performance. Go down to screen mode and go to preview. It's very, very quick. So when I actually exported the book in numerous formats, PDF, EPUB, honestly, it was exporting in a few minutes. Whereas on my last laptop I was working, it was taking a long time. And more importantly, it was running out of memory sometimes, so it wasn't actually getting through. So what I'm finding is the new unified memory on this new MacBook M1 Pro is amazing. Even though I went for the base model, the 16GB model, some people were saying, oh, you know, go 32. I was finding that this was absolutely amazing, and I've not run out of memory at all. In fact, you can see it's only pushing 2.4GB at the moment. I can free up a bit more memory if I need it. But honestly, I've not found it run out of memory once. And the other beautiful thing about this computer is it's completely silent the whole time. So that's one of the nicest things in my workflow, has been working with no noise in the background and just being able to enjoy my music and my thoughts and so on. Anyway, if you would like to snap up a copy of the book, please check out my store page on my real-time rendering site or drop me an email. It's available for purchase in both EPUB and PDF. As I say, this book will really transform your use of Twinmotion and help you understand how to make the most of this amazing software. And at 300 pages, it's a very good read, I can promise you. There's also some wonderful case studies by really nice designers sprinkled throughout the book, really. You'll notice that those are basically kind of breaking up the various chapters. Here's one by Define Architects, some of the wonderful work that they're doing. But yeah, it's excellent. These are really inspirational chapters. So I've loved writing the book. It's fantastic to get it finally finished, and now I'm keen to get it out there in your hands. So please take a look and snap up a copy. Well, I really hope you do take a look at the book and enjoy reading that. I'm very keen to share that lovely piece of work with you all out there. Anyway, the next thing I just want to talk about is video editing. Now, I'm an architect, so I'm not a professional video editor, as you know. I just like making videos for my YouTube channel like this one. And it's becoming a real sort of hobby, it's a real passion of mine. But basically, I've been using iMovie so far, which I find fine on the Mac. It's nice and simple, it does what I need it to do, and it's really easy and quick to use. And here's been another big benefit of the M1 MacBook Pro. The performance of iMovie on this new computer is absolutely fantastic. So we'll do a few quick sort of run-throughs of how that works and show you how I actually put my videos together for those of you who've not used it before. But if you haven't, give it a go because it's a great place to start, particularly on the Mac platform. Okay, so here we are in iMovie, and I really just want to show you how this responds on the MacBook M1 Pro. As you can see, I've got all my media here from past projects. In fact, this one brings back memories of working on the Millennium Dome project back in 1999, actually. So I've been doing this job for a while as an architect, and this was a fantastic project to work on. Okay, so you've got all my lovely projects here, and if I do want to, all I need to do is essentially just take those images and I can drag them down. So I can just double click, drag those down onto the dock, and you can see they just come in immediately. Now, one really nice thing is you always get the Ken Burns effect here, so you can kind of see how that works. I've also got some videos here, and these are more recent Twinmotion videos that I did using the new Sky Domes. And what's really nice is you can see I can just sort of scrub through these in real time, and if I'd like to, I could just drag those down. So basically what you're seeing is everything is very instant as I'm working on the new MacBook M1 Pro. Now, if I was to talk quietly, you'd hear there's no noise at all. So no fan noise at all. My last computer would be whirring away, and that actually made it really difficult to record videos properly. So it's extremely nice. If we do want to, we can even layer one video on top of another. Let's just do that as a picture-in-picture, just to give you a bit of an idea of how that works. So watch this, look, here we go. We've got two videos playing one on top of the other, zero delay, super fast, and I can scrub through, pause and play at any time. So if those of you who would like to make some videos and you're on a Mac, I would really encourage you to dig out iMovie. It's a wonderful program. Just put together some sort of videos and some stills. You can obviously put in things like transitions as well, and obviously put titles over the top. So very, very straightforward to do. Now, this wasn't designed to be a video on iMovie. It was really just to show you how iMovie works well on the M1 Pro. So this will lead on to me just talking about all the videos I've been doing for the channel. Let's take a quick look at that, but I'll just go back to my projects. I don't think I need to save this one. Let's just do it anyway. And you can see here's all my videos. If I just want to load these up very quickly, we can just double click, for example, and then we're straight in. Reeves, I'm an architect, educator and author, and I'm a bit of a Vectorworks and Twinmotion expert. So I'm here to show you. We're straight into the video, as you can see. So very exciting, very, very fast and very, very nice and slick. And that's one of the real beauties of being able to kind of work with the new MacBook M1 Pro and some video editing software. Well, everybody, the last thing I just wanted to mention before we finish up this video is basically the other thing that I do is teaching and training. These days I do it mainly online, and the good thing about that is I can do it wherever you are in the world. So if you do want to polish up on Vectorworks or Twinmotion or some 3D modelling, let me know. I'll be very pleased to work with any of you out there via Zoom. And here we are on Zoom, recording the screen in Zoom. Now, the reason I'm talking about this is my last computer, when I was Zooming with a big crowd of people, what I would find is that the video and the video camera would slow down my computer quite significantly. So there were times when I was spinning a 3D model around, trying to do some teaching and training, or maybe Twinmotion, I just simply couldn't do it as well as I wanted because it would slow down. Now, with the MacBook M1 Pro, the video capabilities are so good that I can be Zooming with a crowd of people, I can be doing Twinmotion or spinning a Vectorworks model around at the same time, all with completely silent sort of background noise, no fan noise at all. So this has been a big, big improvement in my workflow. It's really helped my professional work as a teacher and a trainer as well. So yeah, definitely, it was something that I wasn't really expecting, how much it would make a difference for just video and Zoom and things like kind of video conferencing. Of course, the new MacBook has a very good microphone and a good camera as well. So these are all big improvements that you'll find if you do upgrade. Anyway, it's definitely made a difference to my workflow. Well everybody, I really hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'm going to sign out really with just showing you all the other videos on my YouTube channel here. As you can see, I've been really enjoying this in the last year or two and doing it more now than ever. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, and I've noticed probably about half of you who watch the videos aren't actually subscribed, please do join up. I really appreciate it, and it will definitely help us get to 10,000k sooner. But yeah, there's lots of free learning on for you, all of you here, and that's the key, is let's keep learning, let's keep improving our skills and keep enjoying it. So without further ado, thanks for watching and see you soon. Bye bye.